All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Just Say the Truth. I am your host, Damon Bird. We got Alana in the building. We got Mel, my man Jonathan, and also my main man Freddie. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Good, man. What's going on
with everybody?
Going on?
Just glad to be back, ready to educate you wonderful people today.
Oh, here you go.
My guy.
Sorry. So with that being the case, I ain't gonna waste no time. So we're gonna get into the Harden and Embiid, man. So I've seen a lot of posts out there. I've seen as recent as they talked about one with Shaq and Kobe. Alana, I think you were talking about this on another show. It was brought to attention. I don't know who the writer was for that. I also seen they talked about it was another duo of Magic and Kareem. I've seen that too. I can't remember who quoted and said that also. My thing is I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, for me, I think it's way too soon for that. And it's a bad comparison. Let's just
Go ahead, man.
I feel like it has potential to be to be compared to them. Well, not Kobe and Shaq, but maybe Magic. Nah, not even that. It has its own like lane. It has potential to be a great duo.
Yeah, I think and I was talking about this. I was talking about this on the other show. Is that I feel like a lot of the times, especially today, like with sports media and just with fans in general, just because we get everything so fast and everything's just in our face and nothing really gets the time to like develop. I think people become prisoner of the moment, and so we want to make everything great right now instead of waiting it out, instead of seeing what the end result is going to be, instead of watching them, as a tandem go through the trials and tribulations and the ups and downs. Because what people don't realize is Kobe and Shaq didn't become Kobe and Shaq overnight. Like they didn't just automatically click and then it was championships. Like it took time. They had to develop. They had to, go through things. They had to flame out in the playoffs. They had to go through all of these things. So it's like we have to give James Harden and Embiid the same grace because they just got like after 3 games, they're Kobe and Shaq. Like what are we really talking about here? Like even Magic and Kareem, like these are legends. These are top 75 people that are on this list, on that list. So it's like they're not just just your regular old slouches. So it's like let them, like Melvin said, develop their own lane. Like let them, like be their own duo and kind of create their own narrative. But trying to compare them to past greats, it kind of dims the light because it takes the sting out of it a little bit, because it's like now the expectation is just through the roof and they don't really get time to like, there's no really development, and it's like it's just too much too early.
Yeah,
basically.
It takes at least 2 years to develop the chemistry to win.
But Kobe and Shaq or a Magic and Kareem, like I said, all these duos didn't formulate overnight and become legends. Yeah,
right. I think part of it is the fact that a lot of sports fans, including sports writers, are very impatient. We're so fast to look for the next guy. We're searching hard for the next person. Well, who's the next great Kobe and Shaq? Who's going to be the next great tandem in the NBA? And after 3 games, it's really hard to say. I mean, it would be premature to say that James Harden and Joel Embiid is the best tandem just since Shaq and Kobe. And also, they haven't won anything yet. what have they won? You know, Kobe and Shaq, they won 3 championships together. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get carried away. You know, we still got to see what this team could do in the playoffs. I mean, it looks good right now. I talked about this the other day. The Sixers are onto something. I mean, they're quickly evolving, and we're seeing the difference now that Joel Embiid is playing alongside someone like James Harden. Maybe that's what he needed. He needed a shooter. But to compare them to Shaq and Kobe, that's a little that's a little crazy right now. It's too early to do that. Give it some time and let's see how it all pans out in the end.
Like usual, I had to come on here to educate, like
Oh,
I
here we go.
always do.
Oh,
Here we go.
here we go.
When they made those comparisons, they wasn't talking about comparing the duo to what they done. Because nobody, and I mean nobody's ever going to be Shaquille O'Neal in the game no more. The most the most dominant, the most unstoppable big man, the biggest force, the big diesel that this game has ever seen. He's
I know that
Joel,
somebody else to come along. Go
Joel.
ahead.
Well, the game's not set up for that. And Joel Embiid's not that. Let's be honest. I mean, he's not that, and we will not see another Kobe Bean Bryant ever again in this
Ever.
game with the Mamba, the Black Mamba, and all that. Okay, so what they're talking about, if you read between the lines, every big man needs a Kobe. They're not saying they're Kobe Bryant, but they're talking about they need a guard that can handle the ball, that can take the pressure off the big man. They can say, you know what, in crunch time, give me the ball, move out the way, and I'm gonna take us home. That's what they're saying. And Joel Embiid finally have his Kobe, where hey, Joel Embiid don't have to worry about James Harden ever taking not taking a shot, aka Ben Simmons. He don't have to worry about so all right. Oh, and finally, James Harden is already breaking records in Philadelphia. He's already breaking records. He has passed Ben Simmons for the most threes since he's been there. He has made fast Ben Simmons and threes. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. So this is what they're talking about. The next Kobe and Shaq. Now, I don't like the comparison between Kobe and Shaq, Magic and Kareem because Magic was a different big man. So than Joel Embiid. So, but I see the comparisons. I mean, and we can't talk about winning because, like you said, they haven't won. I mean, we just seen Harden finally take off the fat suit and his hammy, pretty much his hamstring is not. Hey,
So my question to all four of you. So when they talked about, so I want to see if y'all remember this or not. So a couple years ago, when AD went to the Lakers with LeBron, and they won the title their first year. Do y'all see it repeating itself this year with the Sixers?
No.
Okay.
No.
no, because there's one man.
The Greek
There's
freak.
one man, the baddest man in the land, and he's coming back Thursday. Kevin Durant. And I'm
Oh,
gonna tell y'all this.
yeah, okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I've been looking at that roster a little bit deep as late. And the biggest knocks we had on the Brooklyn Nets was what? Defense. Not enough size, not enough depth.
Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's not a problem no more. They have Andre Drummond that brings size to your front court. You already have Blake Griffin. You still have Claxton. You still have LaMarcus Aldridge in your front court. Oh, are we hearing the governor's going to lift the mandate? So you got Mr. Kyrie Irving potentially, but even in the playoffs, he's every other game. I'll take that. But even if he is just every other game, you still got Patty Mills. You got Gordon Dragic. You you have Kevin Durant. You have Joe Harris when he come back from his surgery, and you have a player now that you can play 1 through 5 that you can say, okay, we don't need you to shoot. We just need you to get guys open, rebound, and play elite defense in Ben Simmons.
You can make the argument too that the Nets might have the 4 best perimeter shooters in the game. You know, you
know what, Jonathan? I forgot about somebody. I'm sorry. I'm glad you brought that up.
a lot of people
And they got a Curry. It's Seth Curry. So you just can't make this up, y'all.
A lot of people overlook their perimeter shooters. They really have shooters, but the problem with the Nets is that they can't defend well. They don't play top-notch defense. And if they're not going to play defense, then it's going to be a long season for them come postseason. So they
Watch
better
Ben Simmons would change a lot of that, though. Watch.
If they want to make a deep run. You know, yes, they do have Kevin Durant. Yes, they have star power. Yes, they have players that can score and give you points. But they're going to have to defend on the other end of the floor as well.
All right, John, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Who won the championship last year?
The Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks.
Who nearly knocked off the Bucks if his shoot size is a tad bit bigger by himself?
You mean smaller?
No, if it's tab, it need to be a little bit bigger.
It would need to be smaller.
You're right. You're right. Kevin Durant nearly knocked off the Bucks by himself. Now his team is loaded.
Yeah, well, he was.
Yeah, but this was
an inch short of a 3-pointer, right? His foot was like nearly on the line.
It was on the line enough.
Yeah.
It's a new year, dog. I don't know. It's a new year. I don't know.
We'll see.
don't
It's really hard to evaluate the Brooklyn Nets when they don't have all their players on the floor. So we will have to see how they look when they are completely healthy, when they are all together. That's what I'm anxious to see, how well they play when they come together as a team.
And let's not forget that Giannis got a jumper now.
Yeah, Giannis does have a jumper, so that makes him more of a threat.
Yeah.
But I think losing PJ Tucker is really showing right now.
Yeah, I think so too. At least on the defensive end, it's definitely making a difference.
Yep.
Definitely. Which leads me, but Brooklyn we talked about, which leads me to the next point. We talk about the Kyrie. So there's been speculations of will they lift the mandate for unvaccinated players being able to play at the arena and all the stuff like that. And the argument that somebody was talking about, I want to say Stephen A. pointed out too, and it's crazy because I didn't think about it. That he was talking about. He basically was saying that how is it that unvaccinated players could come into the arena and play at the Barclays Center, but Kyrie Irving, who is a New York native, cannot play at the Barclays Center being unvaccinated. And that was a good point. It was something that I was like, man, I didn't think about that. It didn't dawn on me like that. So my thing is like, what do you guys think in aspects of like, even if they don't lift it, like, what are your thoughts on them being able to, like, how would you feel with other guys being not vaccinated, being able, for Kyrie Irving, a guy that they need, key contributor, can't play in home games come playoff time, because it's gonna matter come playoff time. That's gonna be the difference.
If I was the Brooklyn Net, I'd be pissed. Just because, I mean, it's not about the mandate. It's not fair. Like, if the mandate was like, okay, nobody, as long as if you're not vaccinated, you're not playing. Then okay. Rules are rules. But it's the fact of an outsider from California who's not vaccinated and can come play in New York, but a guy, and you know what's more crazier? Kyrie Irving can go to the game. He can go to the game.
Sit on the bench.
That's crazy.
He can sit on the bench.
Yeah, but you can't play. Like, that right there just don't make sense.
That don't make any damn sense.
Make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense at all.
So,
look, either if you're unvaccinated, you cannot play at all. That's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just
to everyone.
This whole rule thing of vaccinated and unvaccinated to me is all illogical, because at the end of the day, if you let's say, for instance, they lift the mandate for Kyrie to play. So then what about all the thousands of people that lost their jobs because they were unvaccinated? What about all the thousands of staff that couldn't service the team because they were unvaccinated? What about the players who said it was against their religion as to why they didn't want to get vaccinated and still had to end up getting vaccinated so they didn't lose money? What about that? So it's like they've created such a mess. It's hard to clean it. It's gonna be hard to clean it up, because that's what they're basically trying to do at this point. They've spilled so much to now where it's like, okay, well, let's try to see if we can ease. No, that's no matter how you look at it.
Talking about two different things now.
No, I'm not. But no, I'm not. They all correlate together, because at the end of the day, there were things that Kyrie Irving was told prior to the season starting about the vaccination. Those things were not honored. They either went back on them or they weren't clear as far as to what the rule by the NBA because the mandate the New York mandate was already in place at the particular point before the season started. But he was speaking directly to the NBA, who were basically saying, "We're not going to force you to do this. Like we found a way."
That's where it's not. That's out of the NBA hands. They
it is, but it is. But don't tell me one thing and then do another. That's the issue because the NBA. Yes, it is because they were the community. I'm about to explain it if you let me talk. They were the ones that said, we're going to allow. Basically, we found a way to allow you to play without you getting the vaccination because he made it very vocal in the very beginning. He was one of the first people to say, "I don't want to do this. I'm against this. I don't believe in this." Mm-hmm. And then it went back to, oh, well, you got, you have to follow what everybody else is doing because we're forcing everybody to get the vaccination. So like, basically my point is this. Either way, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, this whole vaccination rule or unvaccinated and who can and who can't play. But if they're going to lift that for Kyrie, then they're going to have to do that for the entire city. So is it worth it for this one NBA player to go against this so-called mandated rule? That's all that I'm saying.
But Alana, I want you to realize that this is not an NBA rule. The NBA didn't set this rule. This is a state mandate.
Understand that.
Adam Silver, no matter how powerful he is, he can't fight the state on what's right, what's wrong. So this is not an NBA problem. The Brooklyn Nets.
Then from the very beginning, they should have said we don't have that kind of power.
The only problem Brooklyn Nets had, they said, Kyrie, you can't be a part-time player. That was their position in the beginning.
No, it was. That's not what happened.
Yes, it was.
Because, like I said, they told him what they explained. Because he even came out and said it himself. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
So you believe what Kyrie Irving saying?
I don't.
This earth is flat.
First of all, I'm saying that don't even matter. I'm saying this because, like I said, from the communications that him and the NBA had, from however they explained it to him, he wasn't going to have to follow that mandate. And then they came back and said, "Well, you have to do this or else." So you can't that's
the case. Kyrie Irving, that shows you how more cuckoo Kyrie Irving really is because Kyrie Irving, the NBA can't change a state mandate. There's no mayor. They're no law. They're just the NBA. That's what I'm saying. Like
I get that, but I'm just saying that they should have also explained that and said, look, there's nothing we can do. Not just still be like, oh yeah, you can go ahead. We didn't find a way and da 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 da.
Now I'm gonna say.
Yes, there has to be some kind of clarity.
That's what. Yes, there has to be transparency, and there was not transparency.
I will say this: I still think Kyrie Irving's very selfish in what he did, and he's the reason why James Harden is out of Brooklyn.
Is he?
That's part of it. I
definitely think he plays a part.
It's all his fault that he.
You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. James Harden came to Brooklyn to do one thing and one thing only. That's to win a championship. But guess what? Injuries are injuries. Kevin Durant was hurt. That's understandable.
Okay.
But Kyrie Irving, players always say, I'm going to do what's best for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to do what's best for the team.
Apparently was taking a political stand.
But hold on, Jonathan.
Listen to his comments.
Hold on, Jonathan. But at the end of the day, Kyrie, in order for you to play, and if your belief is about the shot, you have your own right to have your belief. Okay. I'm not saying you go against your belief, but Kyrie, if you want to march for the voiceless and with all the crap you said you was doing, step away from the game. Step away because that's a roster spot for some other kid out there that don't have a chance, but you're taking advantage of that opportunity. You're taking advantage of that chance because you want to take the stand that you're taking upon. This is the same guy, y'all, that, we don't know how, like, at times he don't be as interested in playing basketball.
Right.
That's just the case.
Right.
That's
committed to the team. I said that constantly.
Yeah, I would say you made the points you made. I'm all for, everything you said as far as with Kyrie Irving, with how he went about it, and irresponsible on his behalf and selfish. I'm with it. I'm with all of that. Save a
But D, I gotta be sure. I don't agree with the mandate because
I don't. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
But it needs to be fair. If you want to say if you're
that
vaccinated,
was my point. Yeah.
But when you said that was part of the reason why James Harden didn't be there is where I don't agree, because James Harden said it himself in press conference. Philly was my first choice. He never even wanted to even go to Brooklyn in the first place. Philly was always where he really wanted to go. So when you said that, I'm like, did he really go to Brooklyn because it's where he really wanted to go? Or did he only go there because they were the only ones that had a package deal that they were really
Can I follow up on that with you?
Yeah.
Please?
Come on with it. Follow up.
So, okay, you're a basketball player, okay? And you have a chance to play with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And you go there, you say, okay, because they recruited him and he went, you know. I don't believe everything these players say, because I mean there's some things that just can't come out.
Yeah.
But the reason why I say Kyrie's the reason is because he's never dependable. He's not dependable. And there were stretches where just because he didn't want to get a shot where it was just James Harden, because KD was hurt.
Yeah.
And Harden's like, man, I done been through this. I done carried a team before.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to go back to that no more.
Yeah.
Kyrie, are you going to get the shot? Are you going to help this team out? If not, I got to go.
That's fair. That's fair. He's part of it. That's fair. That's fair. Fair.
I'm with D. I feel like James Harden always wanted to go to Philly because
that's
because at the end of the day, like I hear you when you say, Freddie, like who doesn't want to play with KD or Kyrie, but also to piggyback off of that, just all the things that you just said. Kyrie's been Kyrie for a long time. Like the writing has been on the wall for Kyrie for a long time, way before this mandate.
Your boy did it too, matter of fact.
Yeah, absolutely. And
LeBron made him go crazy.
No, he didn't. Kyrie was crazy way before he met LeBron. He exposed it after he left LeBron, but he was crazy way before then. But what I'm saying is, like I said, Kyrie's been Kyrie for a long time. Kyrie in Kyrie's mind is on the level of like the Kobe's and the KD's and the Michael. Like he's on that. In his mind, he's on that level. That's why he acts the way that he does, because he feels especially with winning a title, he feels some sense of entitlement. Mm-hmm. So it's like I believe James when he said he didn't want to go to Brooklyn as his first choice, because for the simple fact that everything that you said about Kyrie in the first place, that he's been this way before the mandate. He's been selfish before the mandate. He's been, not focused on basketball, and I want to play sometimes I don't. I need a mental break. I'm not talking to nobody. I think I want to come back. That's been his MO. So I wouldn't take the chance to play with KD and Kyrie. Now, if it was just KD, then that's different. If it was just KD, I would absolutely be on board for that. But KD and Kyrie, no.
And if you ask me, he's been kind of selfish with the whole COVID situation as well, because you're afraid of the vaccine. But guess what? We seen you out there partying, no mask on. I mean, there's different situations. So like Kyrie, and if you really want to march for the people, we didn't see you out there marching. Just saying, y'all.
This is true. So as long then we could go on and on about this deal, but
I love to slander Kyrie's name.
I want to get. We should
have him or Russ. Him or Russ.
So I was gonna say to get to my next one. I was going to say. So obviously we see these two young guys, man. They killing right now. You got one in MVP voting, the one that was on the cover NBA 2K last year. Is doing his thing now, man. Who just beat the Lakers, the Lake Show last night, the other day.
D.
Ja Morant or Luka Doncic, man. Who y'all got? Who would you rather?
Ja Morant for me. It's Ja, man. Ja is probably the most explosive player in the game today. This guy is doing all of this, and he's not even in his prime just yet. He's still a young player who still has room to grow and get better, and he will get better over time. His hyper athleticism and his explosiveness is well documented. I think we have seen the rise of Ja Morant, a very special talent, someone who definitely has all the tools of of a guard in this league. And, he has just taken his game to the next level. It's amazing to watch. He's a fun player to watch. He is absolutely box office. And, the Memphis Grizzlies have themselves a superstar player. And he has emerged into a top tier player in this league. And again, he can only get better. I think he's going to get better in time. He's definitely in the MVP voting, deservingly so. And, he has done a terrific job leading this team to where it is today. So, I mean, hey, much praise to Ja Morant. And I clearly have to go with him over Luka. Now, I like Luka too. Don't get me wrong. I think Luka is one of the top players in this league too. He's definitely a good guard. He has elevated that Dallas Mavericks team. But Luka tends to whine a lot, and I'm not trying to hold that against him, but he whines a lot that he's not able to get back on defense. And he's going to have to, stop crying after every play and get back on defense, But he's a really, really good player. He can score from anywhere on the floor. He's not afraid to penetrate to the basket. He, makes plays. He gets teammates involved because he's able to distribute the basketball consistently well as well. So I like both of these guys, but if I have to take one and I'm going to pick and choose, it's going to be Ja Morant all day.
Hey, John, I want to pick before we get to Alana. You said he whines too much. Well, I mean, he did look up to LeBron.
He whines too much. And I'm not trying to hold that against him. It's just that
dude, he looked up to LeBron.
You gotta get on defense. LeBron whines a lot too.
He's seen his favorite player do it all the time. So
a lot of these players whine, man, and they don't. And that's the problem. They don't get back on defense because they're on the other end of the floor.
It's so funny to watch this heel turn that you've done on LeBron. It's hilarious because no. Just let me finish. Because Mel, if you were on the show a few weeks ago, you would swear this man was a bigger LeBron fan than me, and you've known me since I was 9 years old. Okay, so my love and my affection for LeBron. So just imagine that on steroids. So it's really funny to see the heel turn. But anyway, this is because it's not about LeBron. Let me just get back on subject. The answer to the question is Ja Morant, hands down, because Ja Morant, and this is not a shot at Luka because Luka is great. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoy watching Luka play. He's definitely one of the young guns coming up in the NBA. Gonna be the face of the NBA for a long time. But if you have to ask me who I want to start my team around, it's Ja Morant. Ja Morant is gonna put fans in the stadium because of his explosiveness and how electrifying he is as far as his game, his attitude, his mentality. He's improved every single year that he's gotten into the league, whether it's shot selection, whether it's just being more consistent. As far as when it comes to shooting, he's not just predicating his game off of athleticism anymore. You can actually account for his jump shot now. Like it's something that you have to actually guard now. It's not we're gonna let him the jury isn't out on him anymore to just let him shoot. Like you have to guard Ja Morant as soon as he picks up the ball. Like that's where he's elevated his game to, and just to see that kind of progression, as well as he can do it in the fourth quarter too. And that's the most important, is because I've yet to see Luka take that next level as far as being able to like take over, because Ja has that. Like if you watch Ja in the game and the game is close, Ja's gonna close that game. Luka still is kind of teetering. Like he's getting better at it, but it's still like a seesaw a little bit as far as like his fourth quarter takeover ability. So as far as that goes, like I gotta go with Ja. Like but the one thing I will say about that is a knock against Ja, and I hope that he's able to get this before it's too late. He's got to learn when to not like crash into the lane and go against four bodies at once, because he's gonna end up on the Derrick Rose, Brandon Roy side of things if he continues to go at that pace. And I don't want to see that happen. So I just want him to learn a little bit more control when it comes to that. But the answer is Ja Morant. It's got to be Ja.
I swear,
he's an excellent player in traffic too. It's amazing.
No, absolutely. That's just not a safe way to play if you want to have longevity.
No, that's not safe. I do like his winning attitude, and I like his commitment and everything.
I swear, NBA fans live too much in the moment. I really, really do. What in the hell has John Morant done? Can somebody tell me?
What has Luka done?
Oh, sound like someone's over here drinking the haterade.
No, I'm asking the question. Like
And I'm asking the question: what has Luka done?
I mean, he's having a phenomenal year. Yes, he is. This
He has
year.
dazzled this league. That's
But
what
have we not forgot Luka was in the playoffs putting up crazy numbers? Have we forgot about that? And a lot of people I haven't seen Luka close up. Did you watch the series against the Clippers?
He lost that series, and he was great. 1 through 3, the first through the third quarter. He lost the series. Yeah, I thought he lost.
That man put so much on his shoulders that he didn't get no help from his other teammates, putting up crazy numbers and nearly beat Kawhi and Paul George by himself.
Nearly beat is two different things.
Look, let's not sit up and act like John Morant don't have a team around him as well. I mean, no disrespect to the brother because he is phenomenal, but I mean, he do have a team.
Freddie,
Luka don't.
Freddie, wait a minute. Actually, he's a superstar.
You believe that?
Wait.
He does, and it's crazy.
I believe what? What?
You believe that John Morant has key pieces around him that are like key players
Brooks, Baines, Jaren Jackson, Steven Adams. Yes,
that's a decent.
Okay, that's
but it's not a superstar. It's not another.
He have great quality teammates around him.
What was the starting five that Morant played with his rookie year when they were battling for the AC? When they were
brother, I'm okay with that. But what I'm saying is Luka could have to do more with less. I mean, we're talking about his best player being Tim Hardaway Jr. I mean, come on, in a playoff series, come on now.
Timmy's a baller.
Luka, and you talk about. Look at this. One thing I know about Luka he's a better. He can get his others involved better. That's facts. Luka can score the ball just as good as John Morant. He's not as explosive. Yeah, John got that over him. But let's not sit up and sleep on Luka Magic. This is like the 2.0 of Larry Bird. I mean,
you're tripping now. No, you sound crazy as hell.
I'm starting a team. I'm going with Luka because he can get the others around him to play better.
Okay, so the 2.0 of Larry Bird is an absolute lie. That's the biggest cap I've ever heard in my entire life.
They standing still watching him go.
2.0 of Luka. Larry Bird. Are you for real?
Yes.
Are we serious?
2.0 of Bird. Yes.
So okay.
He can score the ball just like him.
No, he can't. No, he cannot. Cannot.
There's no way you said that. There's no way you said that.
You're serious.
And he don't talk trash.
Are you sober
Luka
right now?
Magic is the 2.0 of Larry Bird.
You know what?
We get a playback. I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna have it on.
You got to, cause what?
I can't believe
y'all living in the moment. I swear,
I try to pretend like I didn't just hear that, but I can't believe what I just heard.
Y'all living in the moment. I swear, that's all y'all doing. Because before that, Luka in the playoff. Oh, look what he did by himself. Look, man, that's it. You can't live in the moment.
We weren't living in the moment then. When Luka was doing
nobody living.
Luka was doing it.
Freddie, this is a league. What have you done?
What has John Morant done in the playoffs, though?
What have you done for me lately? That's the kind of league.
I don't know. He dropped 40 feet.
John Morant has clearly taken over this league. You cannot deny that. I don't know if you've been watching Memphis Grizzlies games.
And I guess Luka just been sitting on his butt, huh? Right, John?
Nobody said. Oh my God! Nobody said Luka was a terrible player.
Boy, Jonathan gonna have a stroke trying to play with you.
We're just saying that if we had to build around one of these players, it would be John Morant.
I'm gonna pull up the numbers. What's up, Ben?
But when you pull up the numbers, make sure you pull up what Luka did in the fourth.
I
just want to see what Luka did in the fourth. Fourth quarter of each of those games. What did he do in the fourth? I just want to see.
I'm still going with John Morant.
I just want to know what he do in the fourth.
He's a cornerstone player.
Here's my one question. I just want to see this. Have you ever seen a report of any player, John Morant or Luka? Any report have you seen where they're saying that they have been out of shape and they've been playing out of shape? Which player has done that?
I've never seen that of Luka.
They reported this 2 years in a row now that Luka has done this twice.
But guess what, my brother? Out of shape, bad, look like Charles Barkley. Guess what he's doing? He's averaging 27 points.
If there's one guy that's out of shape,
getting 9 rebounds a game, 8 assists a game, and a steal. Your boy Ja, guess what he's doing? 27 points,
27.6.
only 5 rebounds, only 6 assists, and 1 steal. So
but
guess
did you
what?
see
I
what
do
did you see what he
going
done?
more with less.
You see what he did 2 nights in a row? He dropped 46.
That's cute. That's cute, Jonathan. But
and
guess
52
what?
against the Spurs.
So this is the same guy. They won 11 games without him this year.
Oh, and he also generated.
Can Dallas do that without Luka?
And Freddie, he also generated the most views on YouTube.
Hold on, Jonathan.
Don't clap it, Jonathan.
Ja Morant.
Don't clap it, Jonathan.
When he was out of the lineup, Melvin, please tell him this. When he's out of the lineup, they won 11 games without him. You take Luke off of Dallas, can they go on to win?
They did, but then when you insert them into the offense, your team is 10 times better with them.
Jonathan, answer the question. Can they win without Luka?
The Mavericks?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. But Memphis can win without Ja. We've seen it 11 times.
Maybe in the regular season, but not in the playoffs. Certainly not in the playoffs.
Ja haven't won a playoff game yet. What are you talking about, Jonathan?
Well, it's only his 3rd year in the league. Damn.
Luka's what, 3rd year in the league too?
It's only his 3rd year in the league, but you got to remember too.
With Luka.
Memphis had a coach that wasn't as great.
So now we want to blame it on coach. And see, this is what we do.
It's true.
This is what we do when we start running. Okay, I got you.
Damn.
I'm just saying. To answer the question, to who, I think it depends on what your preference is on your star players. Do you want the superstar, the explosiveness, or do you want somebody who you think can carry a team? Really, so I don't know. There's no wrong answer.
Melvin? Who carrying the team?
Luke is gonna carry the team.
Thank you.
But
Ja's
going.
I love you. See,
Ja is gonna bring the money. Ja's gonna bring the revenue.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Ja's more box office than Luke. I definitely agree with you on that.
And I think the only thing Luka has above Ja is his passing ability. But I don't know. I haven't watched too many Ja games.
Luka is a great passer. He's an excellent playmaker.
And let's not say Ja has this killer instinct. Act like Luka don't neither. Alana, let's not do that, man. This dude over here was
I get what you're saying.
Hold on, Jonathan.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying too.
Luka was planning to get drawn in as a kid.
He's more clutch.
Let's not act like y'all don't know what I'm saying, because I've seen way too many examples of Luka not being. I mean, I never said that he never did. I just said I haven't seen it consistently enough. That's the point.
Yeah. Luka doesn't consistently finish games the way.
What are you talking about? Have you watched Luka?
You keep saying what you keep saying. Well, what did he do in the first round against the Clippers?
Hey, I say this. I say Tommy Close.
My answer to that is he did great in the first through third quarters. What did he do in the fourth?
DML, I got
because there was 2 games. There was 2 games. They had 2 games to sweep the Clippers or to beat them 4-2. They lost both of those games. I don't want to hear nothing else.
They didn't choke Luka doing it by himself.
They lost him 2 years in a row. And by himself, he had him up 2-0. So why he couldn't close the deal?
Alana, wait. Before Freddie goes, Freddie. If you're thinking about last night's game, I just want to say this. Anyone could close and finish a game.
He did put all LeBron in the mixer last night and mix that edge up a little bit further back. LeBron didn't want none of that Luka. He didn't want none of that Luka magic. Woo! You know, that's why you come
nasty step back.
That's why you coming the way you coming.
It's amazing.
It's not at all. I'll admit he definitely. I watched the game. He for surely hit Brown with that. I'm not saying that because of that at all.
It's amazing to me how fast Freddie has turned.
Hey, we got commercial break. D said shut y'all asses up. We got commercial break.
We go, lady. Yeah, we gentlemen. We gonna go to commercial break. I've heard enough. Woo.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Network. We on top of our game. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm flabbergasted and appalled by what I was listening to. I'm still trying to gather my thoughts together. So, I heard a lot of different things, but we'll leave that for another day. I want to jump into something really quick about LeBron being a Laker legend. Obviously, for me, I would say he did bring LA a championship. I will say this. Now, of course, we could put an asterisk next to it because it was in a bubble. Whatever.
Asterisk.
Asterisk, however you want to put it.
If anybody else would, it would be no asterisk, but it's fine.
Still messing with the John Luka thing, but Sanders said he's still another banner that can be hung up, right, for the Lakers. So I'm not saying that what we define as a Laker legend. Let's start there. Like, how would you define it? What would make LeBron become a Laker legend?
Well, first and foremost, he hasn't been here long enough to even be considered a Laker legend. You know, he doesn't have the longevity. He doesn't have as many playoff appearances in a Laker uniform like a Kobe or like a Shaq. And he's definitely not going to get a bronze statue outside Staples Center. I mean, yes, he did deliver one championship here in Los Angeles. He did bring home a trophy. Should there be an asterisk next to it? Absolutely not. I mean, you only play what's
presented to you.
Like a lockout year.
Yeah.
Whatever's given to you,
but
you take it. And if you win a championship, then hey, you're considered an NBA champion. It is what it is. And if it was their team, they would be celebrating as well. And they would be happy with that championship as well. So yes, LeBron did deliver a championship. Should he get booed by our fans? Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. He does not deserve to be booed by the fans because he has been playing spectacularly well. Everybody else is playing like hot trash and garbage. LeBron is everything he can to put this team on his back. The only reason everyone is mad at LeBron and saying that he's not a legend is because he put this team together. So they're mad at him because he put this team together.
Exactly.
And it's not working out the way they thought it would. So, of course, he's taking the blame for this team's failures this season. But as far as being a legend, no. Will his legacy die in LA? Absolutely not. That's stupid, too. His legacy.
Thank you, Jonathan.
His legacy is going to live on because what he's done and what he's accomplished before he became a Laker. Because he has accomplished so much more before he joined the Lakers. So, I mean, it's all based on preference. But with me, that's where I stand with it. And that's how I feel about LeBron James.
Put your glasses on before you go blind, Freddie.
I got a problem with what you said, sir. I really, really do. I really got a problem.
John, open forum, confront me. Call me out. Say whatever you want to say.
You're a Laker fan, right?
Hell yeah, I'm a Laker fan.
I asked Melvin.
Yeah. I'm a Lakers fan.
So Melvin would know where I'm about to go with this, Jonathan.
But wait. Also, I'm anti-LeBron, so I didn't like when he came to the Lakers anyway.
But what I'm saying is, last night I seen a play, And we want to say LeBron's not the problem on the court. I can show you many ways that he's the problem.
When he didn't get back on defense.
Exactly. Malik Monk missed the layup, and guess what? He want to pout. He want to pout, half-ass hustle down the court, wide open dunk for pout. But we don't want to criticize LeBron for that. Or how about how he turned the ball over in key moments? We don't want to talk about that. Or going against the Clippers last week, because they brought a double team, he want to do a half-ass pass to Melo. He's afraid of the moment, like many of times, like he always have been. I mean, that's facts. That's facts. Jonathan Kobe would never. He would never run from the moment.
I can't take
Jonathan, LeBron deserved to be booed by Laker fans.
No, he does not.
The reason why we had this season.
He deserves some of the criticism.
No. It's not some. It's not some. No. Change your vocabulary. It's not some. He deserves majority of it. Not all, but majority of it.
No, the front office deserves majority of it.
No, Jonathan, listen. No.
Because
no. I said zip it, Jonathan. Zip it.
LeBron is the GM.
I'm muting you. You're zipping it today. But like I said, Russell Westbrook is not in LA if it wasn't for LeBron James.
That's fair.
The same guy you want fired, and Rob Pelinka had a deal with Buddy Hield in Sacramento.
Yeah, Rob Pelinka's a puppet.
LeBron said, no, I want Russ. It's on LeBron. If it wasn't for LeBron, Russell Westbrook would not be.
Hey, I'm blaming Rob Pelinka because he's the one that okayed that.
But guess what, Jonathan? Guess what, Jonathan? The Lakers they're in a position. They're in this position. They're damn if they do it. They damn if they don't do it. Because guess what? They don't do it. Who's gonna start pouting? LeBron. So guess what? Rob Pelinka's in a position where it's a not a win situation.
Rob
we know
he in a position where gray hair is gonna start popping out. He's gonna say, you know what?
John, can I ask you a question? John, can I ask you a question?
Exactly.
So after the All-Star break, when they told LeBron no, they would not make their trade, what did LeBron start doing? He started pouting in the All-Star break. Oh, I want to go play with my son.
He said he came out and denied that.
I don't care what he did. He just doing it to cover it because he don't want Laker Nation to come down his bald head ass. That's the truth. That's the truth. This dude called himself the GOAT. He called himself the GOAT. He's the phony GOAT. Man. That's what he is. He's the phony GOAT.
Alana, please.
Okay. And no, he can't be no Laker legend.
I'm just waiting for my turn.
Please.
You know why? Hold on, I gotta answer your question, D. He can't be a Laker legend because his tenure in LA has been a failure. A failure. One championship does not say, oh, it's been a success. You've been in there 4 years. You've been in there 4 years. Your first year, you get hurt, didn't make the playoffs. Then we had the bubble championship. Then last year, you couldn't stay healthy. Then this year, we might not even make it to the playoffs this year.
And AD can't stay healthy either. You can blame
we call that a success? You brought in, and guess what, John? Who brought Russell Westbrook in? Who brought AD in? LeBron. He brought in ass and glass. So until then, it's LeBron.
Come on, Alana. Bring it home, please.
Is it my turn?
Please bring it home.
All right, hold on. I'm sorry. I had to get prepared.
Freddie, Freddie, you about to hear it.
Listen, people of America, please listen to me and listen to me very well. Okay. Before I get into my soliloquy, as Stephen A. Smith would say, I would like the record. I would like the record to reflect that the same person who spewed this blasphemous just now for the past few minutes was an avid, if I could say it, let me say that again, people of America, an avid. LeBron James is the GOAT fan. If I recall, when I was recruited to the ASAP network, I was recruited on the premise of the fact that he and I share our love in LeBron James being the GOAT. Okay? If I recall as well, since I have been a part of ASAP Fed up until a couple of weeks ago, LeBron James was the GOAT in just about every group message. And I wish Mike Hughes was here. Shout out to Mike Hughes. Because he would point this out also in
You
his
need
way.
backup?
So, no. I don't need backup. I'm just saying as a reference. I don't need backup. I'm just saying as a reference. So it's just really funny to me that now that the pendulum has swung to now, all of a sudden he's this horrible person. He can't close. He's the problem on the court. He had all these people come in. Shut up.
Oh,
because at the end of the day, sir, at the end of the day, if somebody asks you to stand solid on your opinion, your knees buckle. So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to have a single thing that you have to say, because at the end of the day, you were, like I said, an avid LeBron James fan. Just because it's not going, I didn't interrupt you. I did not interrupt you. Let me talk. I did not interrupt you. You were an avid LeBron James fan. So the fact that it's not going your way and that the team is not playing the way that they are supposed to play, which I'll give you that. And LeBron hasn't been great this whole season. I'll give you that as well. But that does not mean that we just get to just throw out all his accomplishment and everything, every single thing that he's done. Now, granted, he's only brought the LA Lakers one championship. I'll give you that. But if we want to break down his entire tenure as an LA Laker, let's go over the facts, shall we? When he first got there,
let's do it.
I did not interrupt you.
Oh man, David up here instigated.
When they first got LeBron, they were a top 2 seed in the West. Am I lying? Am I a top? As a matter of fact, you're right. They're a top 4. So they're a top 4 seed in the West. Okay. So then this is about halfway through the season, up until the point maybe like a few months before the playoffs started. Yeah, Christmas. LeBron gets hurt. He's out for the rest of the season.
Oh, he
so
can't
at that
stay
point, I didn't interrupt you. I did not interrupt you. So at that point, that LeBron James got hurt, they didn't make the playoffs. Am I right? That following year. So it's a failure because he got hurt and couldn't play the remainder of the season.
It's a failure because he can't. He's getting old to the point where he can't stay healthy.
You don't make sense. Shut up. Anyway, you don't make sense. Shut up.
Anyway, you don't make sense. Going back to what I said. I didn't
interrupt you. Going back to what I said. So that second year is when they had the COVID year, right? When the bubble happened, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's when we got the championship. And let me just say this for the at-risk people out there: if your team won, it would be an at-risk next to it. Moving on, number 3. So now we've arrived to this season. So now we've arrived to this season. So granted, he not this season. You forgot a season, Alana. Last year, you forgot last year. Okay, yeah. So let's go last year. So last year, there's no excuse for how they flamed out in the first round of the playoffs. I totally agree with you on that. And I definitely I even said that myself. So that there's no excuse for that flame out. I say it did. And I don't blame that on Embiid. That's on everybody, because nobody played up to par at that particular point. But I do think fatigue played a part in it, for the simple fact that they did come back about 2 or 3 months after just playing and winning a championship. So I'll say that, because nobody else wants to talk about that, but I'm throwing that in there.
1 and 2. Two bad years, 1 good year.
This is another thing. What happens when you really watch basketball, and not just the troll, but you know what you're talking about. You know facts. I don't work on opinion. I work with facts. So that's another thing. So now we have arrived to this season. So now we've arrived to this season.
Oh, this year. Oh,
now, granted, LeBron James put this team together. So the fact that they are struggling and they are where they are, he deserves a portion of the blame. I will say that. But there's enough blame to go around. There's front office, there's Russell Westbrook, there's AD, there's coaching, there's the bench. There's a lot of blame to go around for everybody.
Who deserves most for?
As broad as Bron's shoulders are, he can't bear that blame alone, because he didn't do that. He didn't create this mess. Now
he didn't create it.
What I'm saying is he didn't create the mess. He didn't create the mess on the floor. Now he created the team. He didn't create the mess on the floor as far as why they're not cohesive and not playing well as a team. That's not all on him.
Right.
Now, he has a part to play in it, yes, because he is the leader. He is the best player on that team. Yes, he has a part to play in that. But to say that he plays the whole entire part, you crazy. So then, let's look at it in its entire totality. LeBron is not a Laker legend. He's not.
Hell no.
Because at the simple fact of, he has to be there for a certain amount of time. 2, he has to bring multiple championships, not just one. I agree with that.
Okay.
And 3, he's not gonna get upon, like Jonathan said, he's not gonna get a statue outside of crypto, which is a stupid ass name.
I'm not gonna let her call her stuff going off on me without me giving you a response.
It's crazy how I let people talk, but they don't let me talk. I didn't interrupt you at all.
No, go ahead.
I didn't interrupt you at all.
Go ahead, Queen. Okay. Go ahead.
So, like I said, he's not going to be considered a Laker legend. I will say that as a LeBron James fan myself. He's a legend, yes, in his own right, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about when we stack him up against other Laker greats. Other Laker greats have been there for multiple years. Most Laker greats haven't even been on other teams. They've just been with the Lakers, so that's all they know is the Lakers. As well as, like I said, multiple championships. So he doesn't fall under that. Even if he wins a championship next year, let's say, just hypothetically, that's still only 2 compared to Kobe's 5, Magic's 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's more.
No, he wins 2. He'll be in there now. He wins 2. He'll be there.
I don't think he went. I don't think so. He has to win at least 3 to me to be a Laker legend. I don't know.
The reason I say that because Jerry West only got 1. And I mean, I understand he won all those finals, but I mean, LeBron wins 2. He's in there. But listen, I want to.
Freddie got put on blast. You know
no,
what?
I didn't be put on blast. That was the softest blast. That was the softest blast I've ever been a part of. But let me tell you something, Alana. You want to say you started off your little spiel. Freddie was an avid LeBron James fan. He loved LeBron. Alana, are you trying to be a sports reporter one day?
I am a sports reporter right now. I'm not trying to be anything. I am one.
Right. You're right. So it is our job as sports reporters, analysts, whatever you want to call us, to break down what we see as the moment is going on. And what I've seen over this year and the last couple of weeks, I've seen a guy in LeBron James start pouting. He put the blame on other people. Want to throw shots at people.
That's not nothing new,
for something that he has built. It is his fault. The reason why this team is in the position he's in. It is because of him. Hey, and if you don't want to say anything's wrong with what he's doing on the court, but little or no defense, he's turning the ball over just as much as Russell Westbrook. So if I can criticize Russ, I'm gonna criticize LeBron.
I don't have a problem with that dude. I don't have a problem with you criticizing him. Because like I said, I even said myself that he's made mistakes on the court. Like he definitely bears part of the blame. He has a bit. No.
You're no longer gonna say part of the blame.
He's part.
No, I am. He's part of it. He's not the whole blame. Are you serious?
No, I didn't say the whole. I said
no, you
majority.
did. But okay. So if I can't say part, then the next
part is
whole.
Part is like part is one part of the pie. That's just a little piece. No, you had a pie. He had like this much of the problem.
Would you rather say he has a portion of the blame? Would you like portion as portion of?
I want to hear majority. I want to hear majority.
No, I'm not saying majority. It's not. He's a Laker fan. He hates LeBron. He's not even saying majority. You're trolling.
So Melvin,
stop it.
So Melvin, Russell Westbrook's not a problem.
Of course.
Us not having defensive players not a problem.
Of course, but
us
that's
not having younger
pieces
around.
They're getting paid millions. They're getting paid millions, and they're not showing up.
This is a problem.
Who?
Freddie, the whole damn team is a problem.
Hold on, Jonathan. Who you say, Melvin?
I said players they're getting paid millions, and they're not showing up.
But why are these players there? Why?
Because they want to play with LeBron. That's not his fault.
Thank you.
But I understand what you're saying. As far as him, we talked about this. He has
AD won't be there if it wasn't for Bron, bro. Russ ain't there.
Right, but AD,
the Lakers ain't trading all those young players
like that.
Melvin, the Lakers ain't trading all the young core if it wasn't for LeBron. Man, that's what I'm saying. Like this dude, you know what? Guess what? Guess what? A smart basketball player, a smart person building a team would do. You know what they would have done? Let's hold on to this young core and Lonzo, Ingram, and all them. Let's wait a year. Let's let AD come in free agency. Let's give him the bag and let's build and let's have a surrounding.
By the time is if they have a 26 or 27-year-old Bron, then yes. You keep the young core to build around him because you have time. You
Well,
have
maybe
at
it's
that point
time
when
for LeBron to go.
he was
then.
33 or
He got his
34
age.
when they came there. You don't
Him
have that kind of
crumbling up,
time.
it's maybe time for his ass
No,
to go.
Alana, don't believe that. Freddie was for the trades.
Thank you.
He was
Jonathan,
And
if
if
you
I
listen,
recall,
I am for the trade. If you listen,
They
because I've
acquired
always
AD.
said if you have a chance to win, you go for it. But what I'm saying is the problem is because LeBron, he came in here and he did all this. These moves that was made is because of him. And yes, Rob Lincoln deserves blame. Genie Bus do too. But
The
he
whole
get
team
majority
deserves
of it.
but
And
you
I'm
want to
not
know
letting
who
him
else
off
was
the hook.
you want to know who else was excited about the Russell Westbrook trade? You, Freddie. Because I recall when you were in the group chat when that trade first went down. Oh, we got Russ now. We got Russ.
Yeah.
We got Russ.
Say everything I said. Please say everything I said.
Come on now.
You work.
Please say everything I
Come on
said.
now. Come on now. Since you want
What else did I
LeBron
say?
to
What else
bear
did
the
I
blame.
say?
If
What else did I
if
say,
you want
Alana?
Bron to bear the blame, so do you. Because
Alana,
you're one of those people that was excited for Westbrook.
No, damn it.
to the Lakers.
You should have seen him when we got AD.
Alana,
What?
say everything that I said, please. Don't say part of it. Say the whole thing.
I'll find. No, I gotta go find it. That was months ago. I have to go find it. But
I'll tell you what I
remember you were
said.
excited
I'll
about
tell
the
you
trade.
what I said. I'll tell you what I said. I said since him and LeBron had talked, I'm sure that them two done talked and said, hey, I can't be the same Russell Westbrook. I can't be the number one guy. I have to take a step back. I said, I hope that's the conversation.
So
and
since
look at us now.
it didn't
Because
happen
of
that
your
way. That's on
dude.
Bron.
Because of your dude.
That's on Bron because it didn't happen that way. That's on Bron.
Kobe would never. He ain't never let Russell Westbrook.
Freddie, why you keep muting me like you Tony Reali or something?
So the question.
Hey, Kobe wouldn't have let Russ, but he let Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
But guess what? He also got 5 of them, and didn't take him 10 tries. Neither. I mean, my bad.
It didn't. But he also played with one of the most dominant centers in the game. But that's another story for another.
And guess what he did? Guess what he did? Instead of running off to Miami, running off there, guess what? He stayed with the Lakers 1-2 more too.
He stayed with the Lakers because he stayed with the Lakers because he got Paul Gasol in the trade. He got Lamar Odom back. He got Derek Fisher.
But guess what? He didn't run.
So let's not do that.
Who's going to indict LeBron in the Hall of Fame? What's his franchise? Is it Miami? Is it Cleveland? Is it LA? Which one is it?
Freddie, I don't know if you remember this, but Kobe said he was close in free agency that one time. He was very close.
But guess what he did, John? What did he do? What did he do?
Why did he do it?
What did he do? He stayed at the first one go and he rocked with it. I don't care what.
Why did he do it? Why did he do it? Why did he do it?
Because we LA, baby.
He said what did he do? He said he
stayed.
And I said, why did he stay? Why did he stay?
He stayed because we were supposed to get Chris Paul. And David Stern was a something. I don't know if I can say it on air, but that still hurts to this day.
Vetoed the trade,
But you know what? He still hurts to this day. He want to do this. But guess what did he do though?
Oh, they would have won.
Why did he do it? Why did he do it?
Yeah, they would.
Why did he do it? That wasn't the reason. When in 06 and 07, when he was losing to the Suns back to back, and he demanded a trade to Chicago. Let me talk. When he demanded a trade to Chicago, the reason he stayed because he got Paul Gasol, he got Lamar Odom back, he got Derek Fisher, and he got Andrew Bynum before Andrew Bynum was a bum. That's why he stayed. Because the complaint was he didn't have enough help. I don't want to hear that.
At the end of the day, that's all talk. He didn't move or
nothing.
That's
not talk. That's real.
Let him talk. Let him talk. I don't see that. On his resume, he do not say anything about no damn Chicago Bull. That's all talk.
Did he not come out and say that he was going to go to the Bulls? Did he not? He said that.
He might have said it, but he didn't do it. He might have said it, but he didn't do it.
Kobe Bryant.
Why didn't he do it?
LeBron did. LeBron said, "Oh, let's put a show." Hey, D.
Why didn't he do it? That's the point. Why didn't he do it? Why didn't he do it, Freddie? Why didn't he do it? Why didn't he do it?
To South Beach, didn't he do
Why
that?
didn't he do it? Why didn't he do it?
One, not two,
why didn't he do
not
it?
3.
Why didn't he do it, Freddie?
Freddie,
why didn't he do it?
Not
you're not answering the question.
Didn't he do that?
Answering the question.
Didn't he go back to Cleveland?
You're not answering the question.
You're
not answering the question.
This is for you.
Why didn't he leave, Freddie? Why didn't he leave?
Where else is he going to go next?
Why didn't he leave? Why didn't he leave? Why didn't he leave? You didn't answer the question.
Because
Why didn't he
his
leave?
ass can't win. That's
No,
why he
no,
left.
I'm talking about Kobe. Why didn't Kobe
talking about
leave when he
LeBron.
wanted to? I'm talking about Kobe. Why didn't he leave when he wanted to? Why didn't he leave? Answer the question.
Because guess what? Laker management took
No.
care of their business. They
Exactly.
took care of
So
their
shut up.
business.
You don't know what you're talking about.
That's
Exactly.
what we do. Melvin, tell her this is what the Lake Show did. I miss Dr. Jerry Buss.
So y'all
He wouldn't let LeBron run the franchise. Dr. Jerry Buss had under control.
So
yeah, well, exactly. LeBron never had a Dr. Jerry Buss.
So y'all talk Laker legends, and Jonathan, I think you said something. You talked about tenure. I think, matter of fact, Alana, you might have talked about tenure too. So when we talk about tenure, I'm gonna throw a name. I'm gonna see what y'all think about this one. Shaquille O'Neal. How many years did Shaquille O'Neal play with the Lakers?
Long enough. He on there.
I think 8, wasn't it? 8. Was it 8?
About 8, 9. Because he joined the Lakers in 1996. That's when the
96.
That's when the trade happened in 96.
I thought it was 97. Okay.
Yeah, and he won at least 3. So you gotta, yeah.
Him and Kobe came in the same year together.
Yeah, but here's why.
Here's
why I was referring to that, because I know y'all was talking about tenure. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's just say if LeBron decides to stick it out and he re-up and he stays another 3 years. Out of those next 3 years, he gets another title isn't enough, or even if he get, obviously if he get 3, y'all are good with that. But if he even gets
LeBron's breaking down, bro. He ain't that dude no more. It won't happen.
Well, Freddie also just said if he got 2, he would be a Laker legend.
But he was that dude.
And for him to be the best player on the roster still. That's
2 months ago, he was that dude. But if the Lakers pulled off this miraculous comeback, and LeBron carried the team on his back,
Jonathan, you should know better than anybody on this panel. It's your job as the analyst to break down what you see. And what we've seen while this man been in LA is that he can't stay healthy. I'm about to question, he's starting to become Glass 2.0.
Neither can AD.
Yeah.
He's starting to become Glass 2.0.
He's healthier than AD. He was playing last night.
Maybe.
Where was AD?
How about this? He threw temper tantrum.
With a medical.
How about this? So Jonathan, you mean to tell me you like this? You like LeBron not playing defense, him outing on the court, not being a leader. You like that?
Westbrook got big
for doing that same thing. That's what I think.
Right, D, but guess what? They too scared to bench LeBron.
Nobody plays defense in this
Phil
NBA.
Jackson was there, that's what he'll do.
Plays defense.
Come on to the bench, take a seat.
Nobody plays defense. It's all offense now in the NBA. Nobody really
see, this is what they don't want to see. See, it's a problem when LeBron don't go back down court. It's okay to him to stay down there and pout. But Jonathan don't want to. But that's anybody else on any other team, Jonathan. You criticizing them. I don't want to hear.
So we go take a pivot from the NBA, y'all. We're gonna take a pivot from the NBA. We're gonna shift right on over to the NFL. Luckily, we looked up and saw that the Giants, man, they declined Danny Dimes' 5th-year option. What are your takes on that? What do you think the Giants are looking to do? I mean, obviously we know Danny Dimes wasn't it, but what are you thinking they're looking to do via draft or via free agency? And who's the guy that they should look into going after?
Listen, since nobody want to talk, I go. I guess I done ruffled some feathers to say.
Boy, you can never ruffle my feathers.
I had to
you ain't brave
educate
enough to do that. You ain't brave enough to do that. You can never.
Alana, trust me, you don't want me any day, any night.
You can
never.
never.
Don't want this. I promise you don't.
Listen, I want it all the time. I'm not afraid of nobody. I ain't ducking no smoke.
I see. Hey, Melvin. Didn't I have her turned around just a minute ago? Didn't I have her turned around just a minute ago?
You ain't even seasoned enough. You ain't even seasoned enough. You still wet behind the ears. Don't play with me.
But guess what? I might got Similac on my breath, but this baby just had you turned around, man. But like I was saying.
No, I turned around at the blasphemous, not because you were making sense, baby.
Because I was coming for you.
Go ahead. You wasn't coming from nobody, baby. Trust me. You can never. You can't even reach me. I'm too high up, baby. I'm too high up. You can't reach me. I'm too high up.
I love you, sister.
You should.
Freddie, you didn't get put on blast. You got put on explosion, bro.
But listen.
But go ahead. Talk about your team, the Giants. I'm sorry. I forgot you were a Rams fan. My bad.
That's what I am, a Rams fan. We're trying to find out what the hell you are because I found out that you was a Rams fan, and I thought you was a Raiders fan. But like I was saying,
right? Yeah, he's from LA. He was born in LA.
I was.
Okay.
I was born in California.
All right.
Yeah. Don't come for me. You come for me.
All right. All right. All right. Similac wasn't the only thing. But keep going.
But ask somebody about me. But let me say, the Giants should not move on from Daniel Jones because he's not been in a good position. I mean, we don't know what the real Daniel Jones is. The Giants have failed to do what they're supposed to do to make this team successful. This team has needed an offensive line. They have yet to put that around them. And that calls for Saquon Barkley can't stay healthy. And if you don't have a line, I don't care what quarterback that you have back there, it's not going to look successful. Until they put that line around him and they put the weapons around him that's needed, that's when we can fairly judge him and Saquon Barkley. They're probably going to trade Saquon Barkley this offseason. Yep. If I was them, I would trade him to the Ravens. That could be a nasty team with him and Lamar Jackson, a run-first offense. They have a good line down there. So I can definitely see a matchup like that. But at the end of the day, until the Giants do right by Daniel Jones, it don't matter what quarterback they can get. They can get Russell Wilson to go down there. Until then, he ain't gonna do nothing until they fix that offensive line.
Yeah, I agree. That should be the top priority.
What'd you say, Melvin?
He said y'all can have
Jimmy G.
Are you a 49ers fan?
Yes.
Hell, Alana don't even have no damn football team.
First of all, you're incorrect.
She's an honorable Niners fan.
Honorable.
I was a Raiders fan at one point.
I never said I was a Raiders fan. Get out of here.
I don't know you.
Don't start now. I know your neck's still hot. Don't start.
My neck ain't hot. It's cool.
No, it's hot. You was over there talking about you needed a drink for a reason, buddy.
I do need a drink. Putting up with y'all.
Don't start.
Teaching y'all everything I know.
But, I'm sorry. So D, I'm sorry. What was the question?
We're talking about the Giants declining Danny Dimes' fifth-year option. What moves you think they can look to make via draft, or is it somebody via trade that they look to go after? Who would you rather see?
I feel like the Giants at this particular point, like there's so much wrong with them as a franchise. Like you did this on purpose, Freddie. I cannot stand you. I feel like there's just so much wrong with them as a franchise. It doesn't just start with Danny Dimes. It starts with just the front office. I mean, from the front. I mean, yeah, like the owners, from the players to the coaching staff to just to everything. Like there's just a lot wrong with them. So I mean, I don't know if necessarily addressing that situation first is going to solve their problems. Obviously, they do need a different quarterback. Yeah. I don't blame them for not picking up the fifth-year option. Can you get that from me? I don't blame them for not picking up the fifth-year option because they, like I said, they definitely do need another quarterback. But I mean, I don't know if that's the if that's the right move to make, just because there's already so much wrong with them. Yeah. But even if they do get rid of him, like who can they get? Like who do they bring in to? Because they still don't have a line, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, who do they really go after to bring in that makes sense?
Yeah. I mean, I really, it's too many things wrong. To be honest, as I'm sitting, I was reading it, I couldn't even think of anything that would like help them. I think they're gonna have to tank it for about another year or two before everything can start looking up the way it should for that franchise. To be honest.
I know a quarterback that can come.
Who you got?
He might turn it over too much, but they can get Russell Westbrook.
This show has to come to an end.
And just like that, guys,
yes. So please, can we wrap it up? Because
just like that, guys, another wonderful episode of Just Say the Truth, where it got hot, it was scorching, and as you can see, we speak our truths, and it's all love at the end of the day.
No, it ain't love. I hate Fred. I'm just playing.
Yeah, we'll hate each other later.
I'm just playing. Freddie know I love him. It's all love.
You can catch the show always on Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. And for those who didn't, check us out on the replay. Signing out.
Bam.
Have a good night.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports